Hello, welcome to my channel and this week's yoga class. Today we're going to do a full Vinyasa flow class. We're going to start with some stretching, sun salutations, a mid-flow. We're then going to bring it down for some stretching and a nice savasana. So we're going to start by coming to a comfortable seated position. If you need some blocks underneath the seat to level out the hips, place that now. You're going to bring the hands onto the knees, close the eyes. We're going to take 3 grounding deep breaths. Really trying to inflate the whole body as you breathe in. Pulling the belly button in to squeeze all the air out as you breathe out. One more deep breath. Good. Open your eyes, breathing in. We're going to stretch tall. As you breathe out, right hand comes to the mat, left arm over the top, looking up towards the ceiling. Take a deep breath here. And as you breathe out, coming back to center. As you breathe in, stretching tall. As you breathe out, left arm comes to the mat this time, right arm over the top, looking up towards the ceiling. Deep breath here. And as you breathe out, coming back to center. Breathe in, stretch the arms tall. As you breathe out, right hand comes behind, left hand on the right knee, looking over that right shoulder for a twist. Deep breath here. And on your next in-breath, turning it forwards. Good. Go the other side. Deep breath in. Both arms come up. Stretch tall. As you breathe out, left hand behind, right hand on left knee, looking over that left shoulder for your twist. Deep breath here. And then bringing it forward. Final one. Deep breath in. Really stretch tall. See if you can lift the chest, arch the back slightly, and then as you breathe out, fold it forwards, bring the hands to the floor, releasing the head. Take 2 deep breaths here. And then just walking yourself up. Good. So we're going to come onto all fours for cat-cow, making sure hips are over knees, shoulders are over wrists. As you breathe in, bring the shoulder blades together, looking up, dropping the belly. As you breathe out, tuck the chin to the chest, rounding the back. Breathe in and up. And out and down. Breathe in and up. And out and down. Come to a neutral flat back. We're going to do a little bit of thoracic extension. So we're going to take the right hand towards the ceiling, really trying to open up. Look towards that top thumb. As you breathe out, we're going to take the hand between the left hand and the left knee. Bring the shoulder down to the mat. If you want to, you can take that left hand towards the right hip and really try and open up here. We'll take 2 deep breaths here. If this is too much, just leave that left hand on the floor on the mat. You can use it to just open yourself up a bit more. And then come back onto all fours. We'll do the same on the other side. Breathe in. Left hand goes towards the ceiling, really trying to open it up, looking towards that top thumb. As you breathe out, the arm and hand come between the right hand and the right knee. Drop that shoulder. Bring the head down. Again, if you want to, that right hand can go onto that left hip. Really trying to open up. 2 deep breaths here. Again, if that's too much, just keep that right hand on the mat. You can use it to rotate yourself a bit further towards the ceiling. And then coming back onto all fours. We're going to tuck the toes under, and on our next in-breath, we're going to push up and back into a down dog. Really trying to push the chest towards the thighs. Heels don't have to be down. Legs and knees can be bent slightly. Whatever feels good for you. We'll take 2 deep breaths here. If you want to, you can help to stretch the hips and the back of the legs by just pedaling the feet gently and slowly. And then on your next out breath, just walk the feet towards the hands. Big breath in, come all the way up to standing. Bring the hands to prayer. As you breathe out, bring them to heart center. And we'll go into our first sun salutation. So as you breathe in, we're going to stretch tall. As you breathe out, we're going down to the toes. Breathe in, half lift, flat back. As you breathe out, bring the hands to the mat. Just gently on this first time, step it back for plank. As you breathe out, knees, chin, chest, up for whatever level cobra feels good for you. Tuck the toes under, up and back, down dog. Deep breath in here. As you breathe out, walk the feet towards the hands. Breathe in, half lift, flat back. As you breathe out, just allow yourself to hang. If you want to, you can take hold of the elbows. We'll take 2 deep breaths. You can even move side to side to unlock that lower back, if that feels good. Release the hands back to the floor. Take a deep breath in, come all the way up, hands to prayer. As you breathe out, heart center. We'll go again. Breathe in, stretch tall. As you breathe out, we're coming down to the toes. Breathe in, half lift, flat back. As you breathe out, bring the hands to the mat. If you want to this time, you can step it or jump it back. Breathe in your plank. As you breathe out, either knees, chin, chest, all the way to the floor or chaturanga. Breathe in for up dog or cobra. As you breathe out, tuck the toes under, up and back, down dog. Take a nice deep breath in here. As you breathe out, either walk it or jump it forwards. Breathe in, half lift, flat back. As you breathe out, drop it back down to the toes. Now you can either stay here at whatever level you feels good. So even if you're all the way up here, that's fine. If you can get to the toes, take the index finger around the big toe. On your next in-breath, trying to elongate and open the chest. And as you breathe out, dropping down towards the knees. Take one more deep breath here. Release the big toes. Big breath in, come all the way up. Hands at prayer. As you breathe out, heart center. Good. We're going to go into a sun salutation B now. As you breathe in, arms come up. As you breathe out, take the hands wide. Sit it back into our chair pose. Pull the belly button in, tuck the tail under. Deep breath here. As you breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, half lift, flat back. As you breathe out, bring the hands to the mat, either jump it or step it back to plank. Breathe in here. As you breathe out, either knees, chin, chest, all the way to the floor or chaturanga. Breathe in for up dog or cobra. As you breathe out, tuck the toes under, up and back, down dog. Take a nice deep breath in here. As you take the right foot towards the ceiling, bend the knee, stack the hips, and as you breathe out, step the foot between the hands and bring that left knee to the mat. Once you feel stable, breathe in, bring the hands and arms by the ears, palms facing each other, shoulders down. Really try and stretch into that left hip for a low lunge. We'll take 2 deep breaths here. On your next out breath, bring the hands back to frame that foot, stepping back to plank. Breathe in here. Either knees, chin, chest all the way to the floor, or chaturanga. Breathe in for up dog or cobra. As you breathe out, tuck the toes under, up and back, down dog. This time, as you breathe in, we'll take the left foot towards the ceiling. Bend the knees, stack the hips. As you breathe out, step the foot between the hands and bring that right knee down to the mat. Once you feel balanced again, bring the arms up by the ears, palms facing each other, shoulders down. Stretch really deeply into that right hip this time. 2 deep breaths. Next out breath, hands frame the foot. Pop back onto the toes, stepping back to plank. Breathe in here. As you breathe out, either knees, chin, chest, all the way to the floor, or chaturanga. Breathe in, up dog or cobra. As you breathe out, tuck the toes under, up and back, down dog. Take a nice deep breath in here. And then as you breathe out, either jump it or step it forwards. As you breathe in, we're coming back to our chair pose. So arms are coming up. Pull that belly button in. Tuck the tail under. Deep breath here. Next in breath, stand it tall. As you breathe out, hands to prayer and heart center. Good. We're going to do another sun salutation, this time with a twist. So as you breathe in, arms come up. As you breathe out, we're going to sit it back into that chair pose. Pulling the belly button in, tucking the tail under. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, fold forwards. Breathe in, half lift, flat back. As you breathe out, bring the hands to the mat. Either jump it or step it back for plank. Breathe in here. As you breathe out, either knees, chin, chest, all the way to the floor, or chaturanga. Breathe in for up dog or cobra. As you breathe out, tuck the toes under, up and back, down dog. As you breathe in, take the right foot towards the ceiling. This time we're keeping the hips straight, and as we breathe out, we're taking the right foot to the outside of the right hand, keeping that left leg long and strong. Once you're stable, right hand on your in-breath goes towards the ceiling. 2 deep breaths in our twist. Try to keep that back leg long and strong, looking towards that top thumb. On your next out breath, hand comes back inside of that right foot, stepping back to plank. Breathe in here. As you breathe out, either knees, chin, chest, all the way to the floor, or chaturanga. Breathe in for up dog or cobra. As you breathe out, tuck the toes under, up and back, down dog. Breathing in, we'll take the left foot towards the ceiling now, keeping those hips straight again. As you breathe out, the foot goes wide of the left hand, keeping that right leg long and strong. Once you're balanced, left hand towards the ceiling, twisting to look up towards that thumb, making sure that back leg is still long and strong. 2 deep breaths. On your next out breath, hand comes back to the inside of the left foot, stepping back for plank. This time we'll all do knees, chin, chest, up for a high cobra. Tuck the toes under, up and back, down dog. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, we're just going to walk our feet towards our hands. Breathe in, come to a chair pose, tucking that belly button in, rolling the hips down, tucking the tail under. Deep breath here. Next in breath, stand it tall. As you breathe out, hands to prayer, bring it to heart center. Good. We're going to go into our flow set now. So you're going to take a deep breath, stretching up nice and tall. You can even lean it back for a bit of a back bend. And then as you breathe out, we're going down to the toes. Breathe in, half lift, flat back. As you breathe out, bring the hands to the mat and gently step it back to plank. Breathe in here. As you breathe out, knees, chin, chest, up for a high cobra. Really try and roll the shoulders back, open the chest. We're going to take 2 deep breaths here. We don't normally stop here, but we're just trying to open the chest, stretch out the stomach. Good. Tuck the toes under, up and back on your next out breath. Take a nice deep breath in here and take the right foot towards the ceiling. As you breathe out, you're going to bend the knee, stack the hips, and then step the foot between the hands. We're going to stay in this lunge for a moment, just really trying to sink it nice and deep. You want to try and make sure your feet are still about hip width apart, so you're nice and balanced. When you feel ready, staying in our high lunge, we're going to bring the arms up, keeping that balance, keeping the knee over the ankle, shoulders down. One more deep breath. Next out breath, you're going to bring the hands back to frame the foot and bring that knee down. You're then going to roll backwards. You might want to wriggle that front foot back. Raise the toes. We're going to stretch all the way down the back of the leg. At this point, if this is a bit difficult, you can bring blocks in either side so that you can keep the back a bit straighter. You can come up at any height, whatever feels good for you. We're going to take 3 deep breaths and really try and stretch out the hamstrings and the calves and the whole back of the right leg. So as you breathe in, come up onto fingertips or your blocks, lift the chest. As you breathe out, see if you can sink it back down, maybe going a bit further than before. Remember, keeping the foot flexed, toes to the ceiling. Again, breathe in, come up. Breathe out, come down. Once more, breathe in, come up. Breathe out and down. But hold it here. Nice deep breath. You might want to shuffle the foot back a little bit, replant the foot. If you want to, you can keep hold of the blocks, just move them forward slightly to help you balance, to push up again on that back foot. We're going to come back to our high lunge for 2 deep breaths. Good. You're going to bring the arms down by the sides, flatten that back foot. As you can see, we now twist round. We're going to hold warrior 2 for 3 deep breaths. Really trying to squeeze the shoulder blades together, keeping the arms high, trying to make sure that the heels line up. On your next in-breath, you're just going to step it all the way forwards. Come to Tadasana for 2 deep breaths. Pulling in the belly button, tucking tail under, squeezing the thighs to lift the kneecaps. And release. We'll do the same on the other side. Big breath in, arms come up. As you breathe out, you're going down to the toes. Breathe in, half lift, flat back. As you breathe out, bring the hands to the mat and gently step it back into your plank. Breathe in here. As you breathe out, knees, chin, chest, high cobra. Again, pulling those shoulder blades back, 2 deep breaths. toes under. As you breathe out, take the hips towards the ceiling for your down dog. Breathe in, this time the left foot goes towards the ceiling. Bend the knee, stack the hips. As you breathe out, step the foot between the hands. Keeping that back leg nice and long, feet about hip width apart. We're going to stay here for a moment in this lunge, stretching open those hips, getting our balance. When we're ready, coming up, 2 deep breaths. Arms by the ears, shoulders down. As you breathe out, bring the hands down to the mat. Bring that knee down to the mat. The right knee this time. Again, you might want to shuffle that left foot forwards. You might even want your blocks in place. And then flexing the foot, toes towards the ceiling. Folding at the hips over that front leg. Again, we'll do our 3 deep breaths to stretch. So as you breathe in, lift tall. As you breathe out, drop it low. Breathe in, lift up. Breathe out and down. Each time seeing if you can get a little lower. Breathe in, up, lifting that chest. Breathe out, fold over that leg now. Taking a full deep breath here. Move your blocks out of the way if you need them. Wiggle that foot back a little bit. Coming back onto the toes at the back. Getting your balance. When you're ready, arms coming back up. We're back in our high lunge, 2 deep breaths. You're then going to flatten the foot down, bring the arms into our warrior 2, making sure that front knee is still bent, pulling the shoulder blades together, arms high, back leg nice and strong, 2 deep breaths here. No, it's not. 3 deep breaths here. On your next in-breath, step it forwards, bring the hands by the sides. We'll take 2 deep breaths in our Tadasana. So pulling in that belly button, tucking under the tail, squeezing the quads to lift the kneecaps. Good. We're going to do a half sun salutation to come down to the floor. So breathing in, arms come up. As you breathe out, going down to the floor. Breathe in, half lift, flat back. As you breathe out, bring the hands to the mat and just gently step it back for plank. Breathe in here. As you breathe out, we're going to all come slowly all the way to the floor. Try and keep it nice and controlled. Up for a gentle cobra. Release back to the floor. Tuck the toes under, pushing up and back to down dog. We're then going to come down into a child's pose. So you can either keep the knees together or take the knees wide and keep the feet together. And then we're all going to sit back onto the feet. Release the head to the mat. Relax the arms. And take 3 deep breaths in our resetting pose. Good. Well, from wherever you are, we're going to come to a seated position. We're going to take both legs out in front of us to start with, feet flexed. Big breath in, stretch tall. As you breathe out, you can fold forwards. If you need to, you can place a towel, belt, anything you need to around the feet and just gently pull yourself in. I've got quite tight hamstrings after training in the gym, so I can't quite reach my toes today. But that's fine. You might be all the way down on your knees, and that's fine too. We'll take 2 more deep breaths here. Release the feet, move anything you have, and just come back to seated. We're going to start by bringing the right foot in against the left thigh, keeping that left foot flexed. You're then going to either wrap the left hand and arm around the leg with the right hand behind and twisting to look behind, or if you want more of a twist, you can take the left elbow behind the right knee and just give yourself a bit more of a push round. Remembering to keep that left foot flexed, and we'll take 3 deep breaths here. On our next out breath, release and come back. We're going to swap legs, so taking the right leg back out, flexing the foot. Left foot comes into right thigh now. Again, you're either going to wrap right arm around the leg, left arm behind to look over the shoulder, or right elbow onto left knee for a bit more of a twist, keeping that right foot flexed. 3 deep breaths. Now on our next out breath, release, come back to the front. We're going to roll down onto the mat, so I'm just going to shuffle forwards a little bit. Bring the hands by the sides of the legs, palms facing each other. We're just going to use the core, slowly rolling down, keeping it controlled. We're then going to bring both knees in for a gentle squeeze. We're then going to let the left leg go long and keep hold of that right knee. Really pull it in. We're going to move it towards the underarm, keep pulling it in. Bring it all the way as far across the body without lifting the hips as you can. And then back to center. Flex the foot. Straighten the foot. Take it round in one direction. And then in the other direction. Bring that left knee back in now. And let the right leg go long. We're going to keep squeezing that left knee nice and tight. And then take it over towards the underarm. And then bring it all the way across the body as far as you can without the hips lifting. Keeping that pressure on. Back to center. Going to flex the foot and straighten the foot. Going to take it all the way round in one direction. And then the other. Good. Bring that right knee back. One final squeeze. You can really sort of wrap the arms around and squeeze in tight. You're then going to let the left leg go long. Let the right leg go long. Bring the hands by the sides and we'll go into our Savasana. So whatever you need now to get comfy, please get it. So if you want a blanket or a pillow for under your head, or something to cover your feet or your body if it's a bit chilly, get that now. Then we're going to come to laying on the mat, palms arms by the sides, palms facing up. You're going to close the eyes, slow down the breathing, and then on your next in-breath, you're going to take your attention to your toes, your feet and your legs. And as you breathe out, let all the tension melt away. On your next in-breath, take your attention to your hips, your stomach and your back. And as you breathe out, let all the tension melt away. On your next in-breath, take your attention to your fingers, your hands and your arms. And as you breathe out, let all the tension melt away. On your next in-breath, take your attention to your chest and your shoulders. And as you breathe out, let all the tension melt away. On your next in-breath, bring your attention to your neck, your face and your head. And as you breathe out, let the last of the tension leave your body. You're going to stay here, completely relaxed, eyes closed, breathing deeply on the mat. You're welcome to stay here longer if you wish, or we can begin now to wriggle the fingers and the toes to start waking the body up. On your next out breath, bring the feet together and stretch the arms all the way over the head, stretching all the way from the fingers to the toes as you breathe in. When you feel ready, we'll roll over onto our side. You can use your arm as a pillow. I'll take 2 more deep breaths here, still with the eyes closed and staying relaxed. Begin to push yourself back to a comfortable seated position. If you need a block underneath the sitting bones to level the hips, grab that now. We're going to bring the hands together at prayer, reclose the eyes and take 3 final grounding deep breaths to lock in our practice. I'm going to let the hands drop into the lap, drop the chin to the chest, open the eyes, and we're all done. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this full Vinyasa flow class. Please like, comment and subscribe for more. If you hit the little bell icon, it will inform you when I next upload a video. If there's anything else you'd like to see, you can comment down below to let me know. Again, thank you for joining me. Namaste.